Hi everyone. Here's just a little thought for you, a little talk. Now, what I've got with me here today is a bowl of water, and you'll see too that I've got some white pepper. Clearly, this is not one of the items that people have decided to stockpile. I can't say I'm surprised at that. But thankfully, they're not. I've got it here, and we can make our point. But you might have seen this being used in other contexts. You maybe seen it on Facebook, and maybe you've seen it on YouTube, where folks have been using this in the context of the coronavirus to teach about hygiene and about germs and such like. Well, I'm not going to do that, of course. I'm no expert on that. But what I'm going to do is use this to make a point which I hope will help you. So we've got our bowl of water before us, and what I'm going to do is sprinkle some of the pepper on top, on the surface of the water. Now, what do you think is going to happen when I stick my finger in? Do you think there's going to be many changes to what you see before you, or do you think it's going to be something quite different altogether? Well, let's have a look. Maybe it won't change it very much. Well, there's been a little bit of space created where I put my finger, but not much dramatic has happened. Nothing too spectacular. Okay, let me try it again. This time, what do you think is going to happen when I put my finger in? Same question. Whoa, it's separated quite dramatically there. That pepper doesn't like my finger for some reason. It's separating away from it and keeping its distance. That's maybe not what you expected after what you saw the first time. So the water is there, and the pepper has separated. It's clinging to the side of the bowl. It really doesn't like my finger. I don't know why, but there you go. Things don't always happen as we expect. Maybe we expect things to happen in our life. Maybe we expect good things to happen, and then they don't. Or maybe we expect bad things to happen, and then they don't. Or maybe they do, but they're not as bad as we first thought. So life's full of expectations. We don't always get that right, and we don't always know how to judge that. We don't always know what's coming in the future, and we don't know how we'll react or how we'll feel when it happens to us. No one could have expected that we'd be all stuck, locked up in our houses like this, keeping away from each other. But it's where we are. And maybe there's some things that are not so good about it. Maybe you're fed up, maybe you'd rather be with your friends, or rather be at school or whatever, out and about. But there we are. This is what we're told to do, and this we must do. But what I want you to remember too, as we thought about the pepper separating away from my finger, I want you to think about this. No matter what you expect to happen, and no matter what actually happens, in both cases, remember this. Even if you're right about your expectations, or even if they're wrong, Jesus is with you, and Jesus loves you, and His love with you is with you always, and that doesn't change. It doesn't matter what's happening in the world. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. Jesus' love for you is exactly the same, and He's with you, and His nothing. The Bible tells us nothing can separate us, from the love of Christ. So the pepper separated away from my finger, and you'll see it's gone quite dramatically far apart from the centre where I placed my finger, so it's separated out, but nothing can separate us from the love of Jesus Christ, no matter what's going on. So just remember that and take comfort in that. He is with you, He is with us all, and we must carry on trusting in Him. Thanks.